Have you ever wondered which actors in Hollywood's golden streets earned their reputations not with charm, but with unbreakable grit? From grueling on-set brawls to stamina that defied human limits, these 19 performers raised the bar on what it means to be truly tough. Today, we unpack their journeys in an emotional, documentary-style deep dive. Hit that like button, subscribe, and brace yourself for the shocking truth at number 4. Clint Eastwood 1. Few names evoke as much steel-willed determination as Clint Eastwood. Rising from modest roots in small-town California, Eastwood's early days on westerns demanded he ride through scorching deserts and wrestle with unruly horses. His toughness wasn't just physical. He famously confronted on-set delays, personal disasters, and studio politics head-on, refusing to bow to any obstacle. This grit translated on screen. Every squint and drawl became iconic, cementing roles like the man with no name in A Fistful of Dollars and Dirty Harry. Behind the scenes, he instilled a rigorous work ethic that pushed Cruz to their limits, but also inspired them to deliver some of Hollywood's most enduring moments. As a director, Eastwood maintained this steely resolve, completing films on time and under budget, often shooting complex scenes in a single take. His career longevity, spanning 7 decades, speaks volumes. In a business known for fleeting fame, his rock-hard discipline turned him into a legend whose every choice still shapes modern filmmaking. Sigourney Weaver 2. Long before action heroines became mainstream, Sigourney Weaver redefined toughness with her portrayal of Ellen Ripley in Alien. Confronting an implacable extraterrestrial villain, Weaver carried the emotional burden of survival and sacrifice on her shoulders. Training with military consultants, she learned to handle futuristic weaponry and execute stunts that demanded both physical endurance and psychological depth. Off-camera, Weaver faced skepticism from a male-dominated industry that doubted a woman could lead a sci-fi thriller. Instead of shrinking, she used those doubts as fuel, delivering a performance marked by steely determination and maternal protectiveness. This blend of vulnerability and strength resonated worldwide, inspiring future generations of female action stars. Her courage extended beyond the screen. Weaver has been a tireless advocate for conservation causes, stepping into activist battles with the same fearless focus she brought to Ripley. Throughout her career, she chose challenging roles that tested her limits, proving that true toughness isn't just about brawn, but the power to stand firm in one's convictions. Sylvester Stallone 3. From scrappy beginnings in New York City's tough streets to the peak of blockbuster fame, Sylvester Stallone embodies Hollywood grit. Rejected by every studio executive early on, he wrote the script for Rocky in 3 days, refusing to sell it unless he could star as the underdog boxer himself. His refusal cost him initially, but his unwavering self-belief paid off. Rocky became a cultural phenomenon, and Stallone's life mirrored Rocky Balboa's, punching through adversity until he stood victorious. Stallone's on-set toughness was legendary. He performed grueling fight choreography with minimal padding and recovered from serious injuries to keep filming on schedule. This resilience earned him respect among stunt crews and co-stars alike. Beyond the ring, Stallone navigated tabloid scandals and personal tragedies without losing momentum, using setbacks as creative inspiration for characters who fight on no matter the odds. His career resurgence with Creed decades later proved that raw determination never goes out of style, and his willingness to mentor younger actors underscores a legacy built on indomitable spirit. Harrison Ford, shocking 4. Most know Harrison Ford as the charming daredevil Indiana Jones or the resolute Han Solo, but what few realize is the sheer physical danger he embraced in those roles. Just 4 days into shooting Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Ford was involved in a near-fatal plane crash that broke his sternum. Instead of halting production, he insisted on returning to set within weeks, filming action sequences through intense pain. He famously did his own stunts, swinging from vines, confronting live snakes, and dangling perilously over chasms, all while the crew held its breath. Off-camera, Ford's toughness manifested in crises like the 1999 barn fire that nearly claimed his life, and the thousands of hours he spent training pilots for his aviation-themed roles. His singular blend of physical courage and calm professionalism turned danger into cinematic magic. That willingness to risk everything for authenticity shocked even his closest allies, proving that Ford's toughness wasn't just about carved muscles. It was about a spine of steel that refused to break, cementing him as one of Hollywood's most fearless. Fourth icons. Michelle Rodriguez, 5. Few contemporary actors channel raw, uncompromising toughness like Michelle Rodriguez. Bursting onto the scene in Girl Fight and later the Fast and Furious franchise, Rodriguez brought street-fighting grit and unfiltered intensity that rewrote expectations for women in action films. She learned mixed martial arts to deliver authentic punches and took full responsibility for her own fight sequences, often enduring bruises and sprains rather than relying heavily on stunt doubles. Off-screen, she battled studio executives over character depth, demanding that her roles reflect genuine emotional stakes rather than mere eye candy. Her refusal to be pigeonholed led to complex portrayals of fierce loyalty and vulnerability, earning her respect from peers and critics alike. Rodriguez's career has since spanned sci-fi thrillers and dramatic indie films, each role infused with the same relentless spirit. She also uses her platform to highlight environmental and social justice causes, speaking bluntly and standing firm, qualities that echo the toughness she brings to every performance, proving that true strength marries action with authenticity. Daniel Day-Lewis, 6. Renowned for his uncompromising dedication, Daniel Day-Lewis took method acting to its furthest extremes, immersing himself so fully in roles that co-stars sometimes didn't recognize him. For My Left Foot, he remained seated in a wheelchair between takes, mastering the muscle control and spastic movements of his character with agonizing precision. To portray a 19th century oil rigger in There Will Be Blood, he labored through freezing temperatures, hauling heavy equipment until his body ached. His emotional toughness matched his physical. Day-Lewis once shut down production when he felt a scene lacked authenticity, choosing integrity over convenience. This intensity forged performances of profound depth, earning him 3 Academy Awards and cementing his reputation as one of film's toughest craftspeople. Despite the toll on his personal life, decades of such extreme immersion led him to retire multiple times. His return for each role was met with reverence. Day-Lewis's legacy demonstrates that true artistic toughness demands unwavering commitment to truth, no matter the personal cost.
7th, Meryl Streep.
Toughness in Hollywood isn't always about fists or brute force. It can also be intellectual and emotional. Meryl Streep, often dubbed the greatest actress of her generation, exhibits a fierce resilience in her craft. Faced with industry ageism, Streep continuously reinvents herself, tackling complex villains and flawed heroines alike. She immersed herself in dialects, accents, and even violin practice for roles like the French Lieutenant's Woman and Sophie's Choice, sometimes up to 16 hours a day. Her toughness surfaces in her quiet determination, turning down lucrative offers that undermine her values. She supports emerging filmmakers and has a reputation for transforming chaotic sets into creative havens. Off-screen, she balances fierce advocacy for women's rights and environmental causes with the demands of stardom. Streep's career longevity, spanning 5 decades and dozens of award-nominated performances, shows that intellectual toughness matched with emotional authenticity can be every bit as formidable as physical grit. Tom Hardy, 8. From barbed wire prison scenes in Bronson to muscle-packed roles in Mad Max: Fury Road, Tom Hardy's physical transformation sets new standards for on-screen toughness. He trained for months to bulk up, enduring brutal exercise regimens and strict diets, often pushing his body to the brink of exhaustion. Hardy's toughness shines in immersive character work. He recorded vocals underwater for Dunkirk to capture authentic panic, and he refused anesthesia for facial prosthetics in The Revenant to maintain raw emotion. Beyond physical demands, he tackled personal demons, using early fame to confront addiction and mental health struggles head-on. His transparency about therapy and recovery underscores a different kind of strength, the courage to endure internal battles. On set, his quiet intensity galvanizes co-stars, forging an atmosphere where raw vulnerability and brute force coexist. Hardy's career is a testament to the power of transformation, where mental resilience and physical conditioning collide to create performances that resonate with unfiltered realism. Angelina Jolie 9. Angelina Jolie's toughness extends far beyond her fierce on-screen personas. Raised by actor parents but carving her own path, she took on the physical demands of Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, leaping from rooftops, spinning on cables, and enduring grueling fight rehearsals that left her battered. Behind the scenes, Jolie confronted studio pressure for more glamour, insisting her characters retain agency and depth. Her dedication to authenticity led her to learn parkour basics, fracture the rib during training, and power through pain for the sake of cinematic truth. Off-camera, Jolie's emotional resilience shines in her humanitarian work. As a UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador, she's ventured into conflict zones, negotiated with world leaders, and faced threats to aid refugees. She channeled personal adversity, family upheaval, and health battles into empathy that informs her performances, giving her portrayals real-world gravity. Jolie's blend of physical grit and heartfelt activism proved that true toughness lies in both surviving hardship and using one's platform to lift others. Her choices reshaped Hollywood's view of female action stars, inspiring many to embrace complexity over glossy perfection. Robert De Niro 10. Robert De Niro built his reputation on characters who live and die by their own codes. He famously gained 60 pounds and learned to box for Raging Bull, enduring relentless punching in training rings to capture Jake LaMotta's brutal spirit. De Niro's on-set toughness wasn't just physical. He immersed himself so deeply that co-stars sometimes felt secondary to his process. For Taxi Driver, he drove New York City streets alone at night for weeks, scrapping with gang members and risking arrest to inhabit Travis Bickle's paranoia. He demanded authenticity at any cost, shutting down DeLorean shoot days when dialogue felt inauthentic, requesting rewrites that aligned with his character's moral ambiguity. His commitment paid off in performances that won Oscars and defied convention, turning raw, uncomfortable truths into cinematic legend. Even as a director, De Niro carried that same hard edge, pushing Cruz to capture moments of unvarnished emotion. His career's longevity testifies to a discipline forged in intensity, every role a challenge to surpass his own limits, cementing him as one of Hollywood's most formidable talents. Steve McQueen 11. Nicknamed the King of Cool, Steve McQueen epitomized a new kind of Hollywood toughness, one defined by restless energy and a daredevil soul. Born to a troubled home and sent to reform school, he found escape in riding motorcycles and racing cars, honing reflexes that translated into kinetic screen presence. In The Great Escape, McQueen designed and performed his own motorcycle jump over barbed wire, an act so perilous it left stunt coordinators white-knuckled. For Bullet, he insisted on driving high speed through San Francisco streets himself, suffering burns and bruises, but capturing visceral thrills unmatched by double takes. His toughness wasn't theatrical, it was lived, in every scar and knowing glare. Off-screen, McQueen battled inner demons, insomnia, risky relationships, and a hangover-fueled car crash. Yet he channeled that restless spirit into roles that embodied rebellion. His refusal to conform to studio expectations made him both frustrating and magnetic to directors. Though his life ended too soon, McQueen's legacy endures as a testament to unfiltered toughness, a man who lived on the edge so audiences could feel the rush. Dwayne The Rock Johnson 12. From WWE ring to world's highest-paid actor, Dwayne Johnson's path demanded Herculean toughness. He withstood years of punishing wrestling tours, body slams, broken ribs, and near-constant travel, before pivoting to Hollywood's grueling shoot schedules. For Hercules, Johnson trained 6 hours a day, sculpting a physique that broke wardrobe fittings and set gym records. He's known for 5 a.m. workouts followed by marathon filming hours, often hauling 100-pound crates on remote desert sets in scorching heat. Off-camera, Johnson battled depression after football dreams crumbled, yet transformed that pain into motivational fuel, openly sharing mental health struggles to destigmatize seeking help. He leveraged discipline to diversify his career, from producing family comedies to starring in action blockbusters, always grounding his roles in vulnerability beneath the brawn. Johnson's signature toughness lies in this balance, superhuman strength paired with genuine warmth that inspires millions. His rise from rejection to global icon proves that resilience, not just muscle, defines true Hollywood grit. Charlize Theron. 13. Charlize Theron's career-defining turn in Monster required her to undergo one of Hollywood's most dramatic transformations, shaving her head, adding pounds, and adopting a slouch that demanded months of grueling posture training. She immersed herself in Aileen Wuornos's psyche, sitting alone in dim rooms to channel despair and rage. Theron's toughness revealed itself in her willingness to sacrifice beauty for brutal authenticity, a gamble that won her an Academy Award. For Atomic Blonde, she learned multiple martial arts styles, enduring bruised ribs and sprained ankles to perform lightning-fast fight sequences. She refused to dilute her choreography, insisting on long, uncut takes that showcased raw power. Beyond action, Theron has championed 13th gender equality in Hollywood, clashing with executives to secure equal pay and complex roles for women. Her frankness about personal challenges, youth in apartheid-era South Africa, and navigating motherhood adds emotional depth to her performances. Theron's blend of fearless physical work and unwavering principles cements her as one of the toughest, most influential actors of her generation. Jason Statham. 14. Before he became an action star, Jason Statham was a professional diver representing England, an early testament to his physical prowess. Transitioning to film, he carved a niche in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels with a nonchalant toughness that belied his stunt backing. For The Transporter, Statham performed nearly every car chase and combat sequence himself, learning combat fencing, kickboxing, and MMA to lend authenticity to his moves. He famously fractured ribs during a rooftop fight scene, but refused to pause the shoot. His disciplined lifestyle, strict diet, daily weightlifting, and martial arts cross-training ensures he enters every role as a living weapon. Off-set, Statham's work ethic extends to strict preparation. He studies fight techniques line by line, often improvising stunts on the fly. His career longevity in a genre that chews up stunt doubles speaks to an ironclad commitment to realism. Statham's presence proves that true on-screen toughness emerges when an actor blends athletic discipline with an unshakable calm under fire. Michelle Yeoh, 15. A former Miss Malaysia turned martial arts sensation, Michelle Yeoh redefined feminine toughness long before it was fashionable in Hollywood. Trained in dance and gymnastics, she transitioned to Hong Kong action films, performing her own stunts, high falls, intricate wire work, and fight sequences that often ended with real bruises. In Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Yeoh spent months mastering wuxia swordplay, enduring freezing mountain chutes to convey grace under pressure. Crossing into Hollywood with Tomorrow Never Dies, she argued for her own stunts, besting seasoned coordinators to prove she could hang with James Bond. Yeoh's toughness extends beyond choreography. She survived a serious 1985 crash on the set of Butterfly and Sword, walking away with minor injuries but a reinforced will to push boundaries. Now, in Everything Everywhere All at Once, she combines emotional vulnerability with physical agility, showcasing that toughness isn't just muscle, it's the courage to reveal humanity amid chaos. Yeoh's career stands as proof that true grit shines brightest when woven into every movement and choice. Liam Neeson, 16. Liam Neeson's late career reinvention into action. Hero began at age 56 in Taken, where he learned complex fight choreography and weapons handling under tight schedules. Neeson arrived on set with a days-old earpiece in his brain, an unknown medical device, and still powered through stunt rehearsals to protect his co-stars. His trademark particular set of skills monologue became iconic, but it was his genuine willingness to spar with professional fighters that lent authenticity to combat scenes. Beyond physical risks, Neeson endured personal tragedy in 2009, yet returned to filming Clash of the Titans with quiet resolve, channeling grief into purpose. He honed a disciplined training regimen, morning runs, weight training, and weapon drills to ensure he could carry action fare into his 60s. Neeson's journey shows that toughness can arrive later in life, rooted in experience and steely determination. By embracing physical challenges in midlife, he reshaped expectations for age and action, proving true grit has no expiration date. Christian Bale, 17. Christian Bale's chameleon-like method work demands body transformations few can survive. For The Machinist, he dropped to 120 pounds, shredding muscle and enduring profound fatigue to capture Trevor Resnick's hollow stare. A year later, he bulked up to over 200 pounds for Batman Begins, learning martial arts and enduring relentless cardio to inhabit Bruce Wayne's dual demands. Bale's onset method extended to emotional endurance. He recorded lines and character voice for months, sparking clashes with cast when breaking away felt impossible. His perfectionism led him to halt shoots to reframe emotional beats, prioritizing truth over timetable. Off-screen, Bale balances intensity with warmth, supporting fellow actors while maintaining fierce privacy. His toughness isn't simply physical alteration, but a devotion to craft that risks health for authenticity. By embodying extremes of weight and mindset, Bale forged a career that turns raw vulnerability into towering strength, an act of courage that redefines what it means to be a tough actor. Tom Cruise, 18. Known for jaw-dropping stunts, Tom Cruise seldom lets a harness or crash mat stand between him and cinematic spectacle. For Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, he hung off an Airbus of 400M at takeoff. 18. Exposing himself to 5G forces and frigid winds. He's broken ankles jumping between high-rise rooftops in Dubai and nearly drowned during underwater sequences in Ghost Protocol, yet insisted on retakes until he achieved perfect realism. Off-screen, Cruz's unwavering positivity and boundless energy keep demanding directors on their toes. He famously shot a single-take landing scene multiple times to capture the perfect blend of speed and grace. His willingness to embrace peril earned him a reputation that transcends acting. He's become a symbol of audacious commitment. Beyond stunts, Cruz's fitness regimen, run at dawn, fight choreography at dusk, sustains a career-defying age. In an industry where stars often shield themselves, Cruz's refusal to cede control over action scenes cements him as both a cinematic and physical powerhouse. Keanu Reeves, 19. Keanu Reeves combines quiet humility with relentless stunt work to craft some of Hollywood's toughest heroes. For John Wick, he trained in judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and tactical firearms to execute fluid, uninterrupted fight sequences that critics hailed as revolutionary. Reeves mastered precision gun handling to maintain character in every shot, earning praise from law enforcement advisors for his authenticity. On the Matrix sequels, he performed 95% of martial arts moves himself, enduring bruises and concussions rather than calling cuts. Off-camera, Reeves faced devastating personal loss and career lulls, but returned with a calm resilience that mirrors his screen heroes. He supports Cruz by quietly purchasing equipment for struggling team members and remains on set late into the night, perfecting every angle. Reeves's blend of physical daring and soulful perseverance shows that toughness is as much about kindness under pressure as it is about fists and falls. He embodies a modern archetype, a soft-spoken warrior whose guts and grace have earned him a permanent place among Hollywood's hardest. These 19 actors show that Hollywood toughness can look many ways, from raw physical endurance to emotional bravery and unwavering principles. Their careers prove that grit isn't just about surviving danger, it's about transforming adversity into art. Which of these legends inspires you the most? Drop a comment with your pick. Hit subscribe for more deep dives, and stay tuned for our next journey into cinema's greatest icons.